Good evening, Dhamma friends. Welcome back. Today we are going to conduct online Pali reading class day 53. Before we get started, shall we pay respect to the Buddha? Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. So we are going to discuss another Dhammapada stanza, which comes under the Appamada Vagga, the chapter on diligence. I hope that last three stanzas which we discuss about diligence must have given you some insights about the importance of being diligent. I think we discussed Appamada diligence in a way that you have the what you call preparatory preparatory urge that you need to be on the path, at the same time do the necessary thing. And we said that Appamada is the footprint, root kusal. Okay. The stanza number 24. This is actually a very famous stanza in terms of how to be a person of good reputation. As human beings, we all would like to be recognized, isn't it? We would like to be going on a further extent, we can say people would like to be popular. The stanza says how to become a person who has a good reputation, how to become a person of good reputation. Okay. We will discuss things as we study. First of all, our reading part in our class. Utthana vatu sati mato suchikamassa nisammakari sanyatassa cha dhamma jivino appamattassa yaso bhi vaddati. There's a combination, we call it a sandhi in Pali. Sandhi is already clear. Sandhi means, you can see here, there's an apostrophe mark, which means there is abhivaddati. Yaso abhivaddati. But when we say, when we make it as a combination, we Pali language normally combines words. Why does Pali language combine words? Any thoughts? Why do you see a lot of combinations in Pali language? Why was it not given as yaso abhivaddati uttanavato satimato suchikamassa nisammakarino sanyatassa cha dhamma jivino appamattassa yaso abhivaddati? Why it was yaso bhivaddati? It is because Pali has been preserved by the senior monks as an oral legacy. When they memorize Pali, so they cannot have a lot of words individually. So they are trying to shorten them as much as possible, not in the way of summary, but in the ways of combination. So we know that what is inside. Once again, Uttanavatu satimato suchikamassa nisammakarino sanyatassa cha dhamma jivino appamattassa yaso bhi vaddhati. Yaso bhi vaddhati. All right, so we'll be asking from groups. Group 1, chanting group 1. Anybody? Yes, and so please go ahead.
Evening, Bhante. Thank you, Bhante.
Yes, okay. Yeah.
Uttana vato sati mato suci kamasa nisammakarino sanyatassa cha dhamma jivino apamatassa yaso viwadati.
Okay, great. And group 2?
Thank you, Bhante.
Yes. There is a small typo here. Let me correct that. Which I noticed just now before I give the chance to the other person. Right. Okay, it has to be Satimato, not Satimato. It was a textual error from the place I ordered. Yes, yes, please go ahead.
Thank you, Bhante.
Yeah.
Uttanavato satimato suci kamasa nisamakarino sanyatasa cha dhamma jivino apamatasa yaso vivadati.
Yeah, great. Then group 3. Yes, Billy, please.
Thank you, Bhante.
Yes.
Uttana vato satimato suci kamasa nisang makarino. Makarin.
Not Nisammakarino. Nisammakarino.
Oh, sorry. Nisama karino. Sanya tasa ce dhamma jivino. Apa matasa yaso bivadati.
So be what? Okay. Group 4. Yes, Owen, please go ahead.
Thank you, Bhante. Uttanavato satimato suci kamasa nisamakarino sanyatassa cha dhamma jivino apatassa yaso viwadati.
Apamatasa.
Apamatassa yaso
Viwadati.
viwadati.
Okay, these are two Pali words, huh? But yaso be and then vadati.
Yaso viwadati.
Or you could, because we cannot separate yaso abhivadati because it's combined. So we're going to pronounce it as yaso abhivadati.
Yaso viwadati. Thank you, Bhante.
Group 5. Hey, Melinda, please go ahead.
Thank you, Bhante. Uttanavato satimato suci kamasa disammakarino sanyatassa cha dhamma jivino apamatassa yaso viwadati.
Apamatasa yaso viwadati.
Apamatassa yaso viwadati.
Okay, great. And group 6. Group 6. TC, yeah, please go ahead.
Thank you. Uttanavato satimato suci kamasa disammakarino sanyatasa cha dhamma jivino apamatasa yaso vivadati.
Okay, great. Group 7. Aliana. Yes.
Uttanavato satimato suci kamasa nisamakarino sanyatassa cha dhamma jivino apamatassa yaso viwadati.
Great. And last group, group 8. Let's go ahead.
Thank you, Bhante.
Yeah.
Uta mavato sati mato. Suci kamasa nisa mekarino. Sanya tasa ce dhamma jivino. Apa matasa yaso bi vadati.
Okay, great.
Thank you.
And we'll be asking from groups. Ready? We start from Chu Peng. Anybody else who would like to read? Please raise your virtual hand.
Uta navato satimato. Suci kamasa nisama karino. Sanya tasa ce dhamma wajino. Jivino, sorry. Sanya tasa ce dhamma vijino. Apa matasa yaso biwadati.
Okay, great.
Thank you,
And
Bhante.
Susan.
Thank you, Bhante.
Yeah.
Uta navato satimato. Suchikamasa nisamakarino. Sanyatasacha dhamma jivino. Apamatasa yasa bivadidati.
Yes, only Bhante. Okay. Yes. Yes, so be what?
Yaso bivadati.
Yeah, great.
Thank you.
Okay, we have Jenny. Great.
Thank you, Bhante.
Yes.
Uta navato satimato. Suci kamasa nisama karino. Sanya tasa ce dhamma jivino. Apamat tasa yaso biwadati.
Okay, great. And then we have
Thank you.
Indra.
Thank you, Bhante.
Yes.
Uttanavato satimato, suci kamassa nisamakarino, sanya tassa sa dhamma jivino, appa matassa eso vivadati.
Okay, great. And CHR. Yeah, CHR, I think we cannot hear you. Perhaps you can unmute. Okay, maybe you can read later. And Pochuwang, please.
Good evening, Bhante.
Yes, good evening.
Okay, start. Uttanavato satimato. Suci kamasa nisamakarino. Sanya tasacha dhamma jivino. Apa matasa yaso biwadati.
Okay, great.
Thank you, Bhante.
And yes, and Serin, please. Yeah, please unmute.
Wait, I can't see. I'm using my phone today. Okay. Uttanavato satimato. Suci kamasa nisama karino. Sanya tasa ce dhamma jivino. Apa matasa yaso biwadati.
Yeah, great.
Thank you.
Yes, and then Mei Fu. Yes,
Hi, Bhante.
yes.
Uta navato satimato. Suci kamasa nisamakarino. Sanyatasa ce dhamma jivino. Apa matasa yaso bivadati.
Yes, great.
Thank you.
Nine Chen.
Good evening, Bhante.
Yeah, good evening.
Uttanavato satimato.
suci kamasa nisama karino. Sanyatasa cha dhammaji vino. Apa matasa yasobi vadati.
Okay, great.
Thank you.
And we have Rashmi. Yes, Rashmi, please.
Thank you, Bhante.
Yes.
Uttanavato, Satimato, Suchikammassa Nisammakarino, Sanyatassacha Dhammajivino, Appamattassa Yasobi Vadhati.
Okay, great. And CHR. Yeah, I think there is a audio problem, I guess. Yeah, we cannot hear you, actually. Yeah. I hope that you will figure this out. And then Margaret Tan, yes. Okay.
Uttanavato Satimato Suci Kammasa Nisamma Karino Sanyatasa Cha Dhammajivino Appamatasa Yasu Bivadati.
Okay, great. And we have Pauline. Yes.
Thank you, Bhante.
Yes.
Uttanavato Satimato Suchikammassa Nisammakarino Sanyatasa Cha Dhamma Jivino Appamatasa Yaso Bivadati.
Okay, great. And the last one is Chong Pakla.
Thank you, Bhante.
Yes.
Uttanavato Satimato. Uttanavato Satimato Suchikammassa Nisammakarino Sanyatasa Cha Dhammajivino Appamatasa Yaso Bivadati.
Okay, great.
Thank you.
Yes. Anybody else who would like to read? Because we are discussing only one stanza today with its story. It looks like there are no others reading. So I'm going to go to the stanza again for the explanations. Uttanavato Satimato Suchikammassa Nisammakarino. Nisammakarino. Not Nisammakarino. Nisammakarino. Sanyatassa cha Dhammajivino. Appamatassa Yasobhi Vadhati. Okay. Uttanavato Satimato. Uttana means it's about energy. It's about energy for doing the kusala activities. Right? Now, vato means rich in energy to perform kusala activities. Uttana vato. Another meaning of uttana is to rise. Now, normally we know in Asian cultures when the teacher is coming to the classroom, they stand, right? Rising, uttana, to show the respect. Not even Sangha members come, you rise. So it's uttana. But here uttana vato means you have that energy to maintain and create kusala activities. So that's a very important Dhamma quality. Because there are a lot of times that we are running out of our energy. It is not the problem with energy, it is the problem how we handle our kusala energy. And so we should be able to handle it. And it's a very big area. I think we should discuss a little bit more. But let me first translate. And then Sati Mato. You know this Pali word Sati. They popularly translate this to be mindfulness, aware, call it awareness. Satimato, you are full of. Now this Pali word, suffixes, vato, mato. What are these suffixes? Vato, mato. They allude to rich in that particular activity, rich in energy to perform, to create, deepen, maintain your kusala activities. Whatever the kusala activities, kusala that you do by action, kusala you do by speed, kusala you do by thoughts. Again, sati, mato, rich in awareness, or in popular usage, mindfulness. Uddhanavato, satimato. Then, suchikammas nisammakari. It's about our actions. Whatever the actions, I would say our, what do you call, main actions. What are the main actions we have in terms of kusala, kusala? Our main activities, taking care of other people's lives, taking care of what other people possess, and respect, giving respect to other people's relationship. These are the main activities, good activities that we have to always try to do. In other words, our whole behavior, the way how we think, the way how we are going to understand something. So all these activities, say actions, speeches, then thoughts, they have to be done in a way, call it suchi. Suchi means pure. And then nisamba means considerate. Considerate about the situation. Let's talk about suchikammas. Suchikammas. We will come back again to this. Suchikammas means every activity that we are engaged in Buddhism, be that a dana, sila, meditation, transference of good karmas, sharing good karmas, then what else? Whatever other Dhamma activities, they must be done with some kind of purity. Now I always say, you can give dana by purifying your thoughts. But are the items that you are offering for dana purified also? They must be purified too. It's not just that you buy with whatever the money you have and then you are offering to somebody, thinking that may my loba dosa moha go away. But the money that you spend for the dana is not good money. They are not ethical money. So dana item also has to be purified. Purification is such a very large, a bigger topic. It's not just our thoughts. We will discuss more, but just to get a sense of the stanza. Nisamma. Nisamma means whenever you are supposed to do any activity, let's say you are doing something in your household, you are doing something in your workplace, and whatever the maneuver that you are doing outside your house, whenever you do anything in your household, you have to be thoughtful whether you are doing it by consulting the right individuals. That is important. Sometimes you want to do things without consulting, without talking to other people. Then they suspect you. Then they would not like to be in your plan, right? Nisamma karana means whatever the actions you are doing, you are going to, before you are going to do, start off any activity, you are going to consult, you are going to talk to the relevant individuals. I mean, if it is necessary, sometimes you don't have to, but if it is necessary, you are going to consult. Right? Nisammakari. Suchikammasa means your actions have to be pure. Nisammakarano means you are going to check, consult, investigate before you are going to do that particular activity. Whatever the activity, mental, physical, then verbal. Sanyatasacha. Sanyatasa means calmness. You are such a very calm person. You are not going to be overwhelmed. You are not going to be freaked out. Right? You are not going to be a panic person because you know what you have to do in terms of your senses, your eyes, your ears, your nose, tongue, body, mind, they all are calm. Right? Whenever they are calm, you know what to do with the things that are coming onto those senses. Pretty much being restrained in your senses. Dhamma jivino. Dhamma jivino means your life is according to the Dhamma. Here, what the Buddha means by Dhamma jivino is that you're living actually. You might perhaps take it as whether I follow the Noble Eightfold Path, yes. But when it comes to a lay person, Dhamma jivino means whether you are making a living righteously or unrighteously. So Buddhism talks about earning money, earning wealth in righteous ways. That is Dhamma jivino. Jivino means life. A life that is spent righteously. It matters. And then Appamattas, the last quality, means Appamatta means diligent. Now this is how the stanza is connected to the chapter. Diligent. That means you are always trying to bring you to the practice, Appamatta. So whenever you have Uttanavatu, you have Kusala energy, and you are, using Kusala energy in the proper way. When you are mindful or aware, second quality. When your actions, thoughts, speeches are going to be pure. When you are doing things by consulting the right individuals, if it is necessary, if they are necessary. When you have a calm character, when you are living, the mood of living is righteous, not that unrighteous, not unethical. And when you are diligent, these seven qualities will help you to grow in glory. Glory grows for a person who is energetic, mindful, pure, and considerate in action, restrained, and who lives according to the Dhamma diligent. Now, from a layman perspective, what does it mean? If you really want to receive glory, the proper way to get glory is that you are going to work on these seven qualities in your life. Thereby, you will be able to get the good reputation, acquire the good reputation. I think we have to discuss a little bit more about this stanza, these aspects, seven aspects, because they are mostly given to a lay person. This whole story about this stanza is for a lay person. Let's talk about Utthana Vatu again. Utthana Vatu. Vatu is rich, Mato Vatu. As a suffix, Utthana Vatu. Now, when you go offer a dana, what are those Bhantes teaching you before the dana? Are they telling you how does this dana become fruitful? How to make this dana more productive? How to give this dana in a way that you can really give good karmas to the other? Is it something like you bring dana, so now the good karmas are being produced, you can give the good karmas at the end of the dana. Normally, when a dana is to be offered, a Sangha member is going to give a Dhamma talk. That Dhamma talk has to cover a full idea about how does dana get productive, or how to do the dana in the Buddhist way. Dana is a universal activity. Hindu people also do dana. Christians also do dana. Even Islamic people also do dana in their own way. So we have to find out what is the Buddhist way of giving dana. Then there are many suttas in the text, including Dakkhina Vibhanga Sutta, where Buddha says one has to earn money with Utthana Virya. Utthana Viryadi Gatehi. That means one has to earn wealth, money, anything through kusala energy. That is what is called as Utthana Vatu here. So energy, on the other hand, energy. Why energy is very important? Why energy to do kusala activities is very important? What is normally happening to us in our daily life since morning to evening? Sometimes we get an instant dharma hit, looking at a YouTube video, maybe hearing somebody's dhamma, or maybe reading a book. Instant dhamma hits, and then again that hit is going away. So how is our energy part working during the day? Is it working automatically, or do you feel like you have to do something in order to preserve the energy? It's something to think about. Right? So that is why when the kusala energy goes away, we are running on to one hindrance, actually, hybrid hindrance. We call it tina and midda, slope and tone. The moment that our kusala energy goes away, then we are running on to tina and midda. Tina and midda can be well managed by maintaining kusala energy. So it is very important to keep your energy to create new kusala and to maintain your existing kusala. We call it to create inactive kusala and then to maintain active kusala. A layman example is that, let's say you are someone who is not that much impatient. So you have patience. Now you know you have patience. But it's not a full-fledged, like a advanced level of patience. And you might call it that, I'm patient, but I don't know. At a certain point, I might not keep this patience. Sometimes people are threatening, intimidate other people. I'm patient, but don't make me to the point that I will run out of my patience. That means they're also not sure about their patience. That means that there are things that they have to work on in their patience. So let's say now you have an active kusala, that means patient. You are better than other people, better than somebody in your life, that you know how to keep it. But you certainly need some improvements. And you notice that there are certain moments in my household that I might lose my patience. So then you are going to maintain, deepen, sustain those, active kusalas. And at the same time, you understand, yes, although I am a patient person, but I'm not a grateful person. I don't praise other people in the problem. I'm very stingy in giving a compliment to others. It can happen, right? On one side, you are very patient, but on the other hand, you are not grateful. You say, I'm grateful, I'm doing dana to my mother, father, all that. But you are not showing that gratitude within the house to other people in their real life. You see that they deserve a compliment from you, but you are not giving it. Or whatever your ego, maybe self-centeredness, or you think that he or she doesn't deserve a compliment here in your own self-centered understanding. This means you need to create an inactive kusala at this point. I think in that case you understand. I think I'm not really good at being grateful in my real life, not in the temple, not during a retreat, in my real life. So I have to create this gratitude in my life, in my personal life in the first place, right? And the moment you are giving compliments to others, you feel your day is becoming very pleasant. Right? New energies are coming out, and energy that you haven't seen in you is arising, and you see other people are also showing some, new energies. So that means this Uttanavatu energy to create inactive kusala and then to maintain active kusala is very important. That way you are creating happiness in your household and outside your house. A lot of examples I'm not picking up because of the time. I had to share the story too. You can see number of occasions, number of stories where Buddha was talking about the importance of kusala energy. Energy is very important. Now in the Abhidhamma, they talk different things. I mean, when you learn Abhidhamma at a certain point, in Abhidhamma they say Arahants don't have wisdom all the time. Interesting. Arahants are supposed to have, yes, they have the wisdom, but the everyday wisdom, they sometimes don't have everyday wisdom. Why? Because only when they teach Dhamma, they are picking up wisdom. This is Abhidhamma teaching. So we are not going to pick up these things because we don't have to worry about whether Arahants have wisdom throughout the day or not. But what we need to understand is that energy is important at all times. And sometimes when you have too much energy, too much excited, I always give you an example. Tonight, you are on a retreat. Tonight, I'm going to be a Sotama. Then now you are trying to be very overwhelmed by this thought. It's a journey. It's a gradual journey. You don't have to have that kind of a very resolution, actually, for Dhamma things. It will take time. So, keep your kusala energy. If you don't have enough kusala energy, that means your motivation is not sufficient. I always share with you, we initially come up with the self-motivation. Then you need Kalyana Mitras to be motivated more and more. Sometimes, it's good to meditate, right? But you don't feel that you want to meditate. Why? Some people think meditating alone is boring. You don't have to feel that. Maybe 5-minute meditation every day is not boring. If you think it's boring, then go join a retreat. Then you get to see how come other people are meditating better than me. Something wrong with me. And you get the motivation from them. That's why group meditation is also very important. Solo meditation, group meditation. Not even a meditation. Sila practices, dana practices. Sometimes you offer dana alone. Sometimes you want to join a very big dana group. Everybody is happy and offer together. Like a katina ceremony, right? Maybe another ceremony. So try to keep your energy, which comes from motivation, what you call solo practices and group practices. Always try to keep it in balance. Keep it in balance, not too less, not too much. Second is satimato. It's a very broad concept, but I would share with you in a very concise way. What does sati mean to a normal person? Sati means that you are aware of what's happening. Are we aware of things that are happening to us, that are happening to other people? It depends, right? It depends. But according to what we understand is that a more mindful person is the one who is doing better than us, right? Now, let's say there are people who might say, since couple of weeks, I think I'm very forgetful about everything. I don't know where I dropped my car key in my house. I don't know where I dropped my other things in my house. I don't know his name or her name, something wrong with me. Maybe, am I getting dementia or something? I think you are not getting. You have been forgetful in your comfort zone. It's not something wrong with you. Because you have been forgetful. It's important to be aware. Right? Yes, if you are giving yourself that kind of a forgetfulness, an inflammation of neurochemicals like a dementia might come. Who knows? Because you are letting your brain not to function properly. It can become dysfunctional, right? So, satimato, awareness or mindfulness for a layperson is to have a sort of awareness, sort of memory about what she or he is doing. But nowadays, because of our gadgets, internet and all that, lot of people trouble finding some awareness. They are blaming the gadgets. We don't have to blame any gadget. We don't have to blame internet. The internet has to be used in the proper way. It's a resource, right? So don't try to blame the temptation. Don't try to blame the distractions. Distractions are good actually in a way, because then that we can check whether we are mindful or not. I always share with you a story of a man who was always blaming an ambulance. The moment that he is going to meditate, an ambulance is going by. So he's saying, this meditation, I've been doing very well, but because of this ambulance, my meditation didn't work well. I lost my meditation. And it happened in the Vihara temple, long time ago, 13 years ago in Canada. And there was a police car that was going for a certain event. And he complained about this thing. Then my answer to that person was, it is good that these distractions are arising. Then you can check whether you can stay mindful or not. Right? Distractions are very good. So we can check whether I can stay aware, I can stay mindful. Actually, when an ambulance is going, what should we think? Should we blame the ambulance, or should we be very kind to the person in the ambulance? It is another good practice we can do when an ambulance is going by. May the person who is in the ambulance recover soon. May he or she, get to the point that he or she is getting the treatments. Just because of your meditation, you are blaming the ambulance. So what kind of a mindfulness is that? That's why this mindfulness works with the qualities, not alone. Mindfulness shouldn't be practiced as a solo practice. That's why even here, for a person who wants to become a recognized person, that person has to consider mindfulness is only one part of his practice. He is mindful not to attain Nibbana. Here, Buddha doesn't talk about Nibbana. He is mindful just to get better in his or her daily life. So we need mindfulness just to get better initially. There are people who are not even better in their normal daily life. They are trying to hit Nibbana in the first attempt. How are you going to do that? First, we have to be mindful with our daily activities. Whether we forget about things, whether we are, sometimes, you are not talking properly to your loved ones in the household. It's been a couple of days, you are not talking to your husband, wife, mother, father. So, then suspicions, insecurities are coming up. Why he's not talking to me? Why she's not talking to me? Why? You are not mindful. You have no problem. You haven't been doing anything wrong, but you are not mindful to keep in touch with these people in the house. So mindfulness is such important at a very basic level. So here, the level of mindfulness that you are not a forgetful person. Then the third one is Suchikammas. Our actions have to be pure. How to make our actions pure? What is the purity that we are talking here? When it comes to the dana activity, we know purity is something called the money that you are spending on the dana has to be ethical money. That way you are creating purity for the dana, right? That money which you use for the dana activity was not taken by cheating on other people, by falsely propagating the item good in the society. Nowadays people do that, right? They are promoting certain items which should not deserve that promotion. Right? Sometimes you might do to your friend, it's a bad thing, but you promote because he's a friend. Friend vibes. Right? You're promoting something that is ethical, right? Not every right thing is ethical. And you can buy a gun and then you can hunt the animals. It's legally okay, but morally you feel something wrong with that. Morally you don't feel that good. But there are a lot of things you can do legally. Purity in terms of your good activities. What about other areas of purity? What did the Buddha say about purity? Do we have purity in other good qualities? What is the expectation? What is the purpose of taking precepts? Sila, the practice of sila, purity. Why, when you go to a vihara, temple, any activity, why are they asking to take precepts? Why? Because you need to be a pure person before you go to the meditation, before you do that, before you do any of the activity. Right? Purity is very important in that sense. Purity in terms of your activities, your speech, your thoughts, and then your actions. Then nisammakarino. Nisamma means you are going to consider other people's thoughts before you make a decision. Are you that blessed to have that opportunity? When people in your household, when they're going to do something, are they always consider your opinions, thoughts? Should it happen? If it is, it's a very good thing. You all are happy. They are getting your opinion too. They are getting your idea too. Right? And if we are going to do things in a way that we don't want to consult other people, now it's my way, I have to accept my way. My way is everybody's way. Then I think that kind of a person is going to be a very noisy person in the family. Now Buddha is talking how to become glorious, how to become a popular person, how to become a praiseworthy person. Nobody is praising somebody who is making decisions without consulting the relevant people. Right? Sometimes it can happen in a community. There's someone who doesn't want to consult in making his or her own decisions, and can be a problem. People might not like him or her. See, Buddha is saying, when you make a decision, if there are right individuals who you need to get the thoughts, the opinions, please consult them. That way you are going to make a very good conversation, good decision. And then, sanya tassaja. Sanya tassaja. Sanya means, what does sanya mean? Sanya here means?
Calm, is it calm?
Calmness. Yeah, calm. Become a calm person. When you are a calm person, that will be a very good characteristic for other people to be attracted onto you. There are some people who are too calm. Right? It's like when a cat is too calm, rats come and dance in front of the cat. Something like that. So you know how to become calm, how to stay calm, but you are not going to become an unwise person. So other bad people come and wash their feet on your head. It shouldn't happen. I always say, be a smart person. A Buddhist person is a smart person. He knows or she knows how to stay away from the bad ones. Let the bad ones be surrounded by you. You can't change them, but you are safe. You create a safe oasis between you and him or her, between you and them. So, how to become a calm person? Are we all very calm people? How to measure this out? How to measure? Okay, this is the subtle way to measure out our calmness. Subtle way and a gross way. Subtle way is that, now we know it personally, we might not share with other people. Whenever the sights come to us, things that are visible come to our eyes, if our eyes cannot filter them out, if our eyes are disturbed all the time, then at that point, we are not calm at that subtle level. if the sounds that are coming to our ears and always trying to take our ears over, and those sounds are taking over our ears all the time, then that means we are not calm at that subtle level of being calm. If the smell, especially if the taste can be a big issue. Because if the taste coming to our tongue, where our tongue, that means you as an individual cannot understand that, am I being trapped by this taste from a different food, different dish food? That means you are not calm at that subtle level of the sensory experience. So is the body and the thought. That means you can measure whether you are calm enough at the subtle level. It's a personal investigation. You don't have to tell anybody because you feel that you are being judged by other people. You are such a very unwise individual. You can't become a Buddhist person because you can't even take care of yourself. You can't even manage yourself. You know who you are. So whenever the external objects come to our senses, are we able to filter them out? This is what I want. This is what I don't want. Or do I let myself be spoiled by everything that is coming out, that are coming from outside? You can do your own observation and you can check. Then the gross level, what you call the larger level of calmness is that whether you are able to create calmness in terms of situations with other people. Let's say you are talking to someone, whether you are interacting with somebody, whether you are keeping a relationship with somebody, whatever XYZ you think you are doing in your workplace, in the household, with other people, even with the neighbors, family, in other socialized places, are you someone who can patiently work with those people? Most people cannot do that. It is because they are very impatient and they are putting their own sanya on other people. You cannot sit this way. Buddha said you have to sit this way. You cannot. Sometimes a lot of Buddhists are in trouble because they want to correct other people's Buddhist practice. Don't do that. Mind your own Buddhist practice. That is the best way to become better Buddhist. Okay? But if other people are trying to approach you, I think I want to learn something from you. Good opportunity. Please share your good thoughts with them. Right? So sometimes when you are too much perfection, too much of perfection is about your practice, you are in trouble. Then you can't be calm yourself. Because then you always want to pick up on other people's practices. You don't have to. Buddha also didn't do that. It's not necessary. Because you are always at that point trying to check whether what I learned from a book or somebody is in align with this person's practice. Whenever you see that difference, you are going to approach maybe not in a good way. So calmness in terms of that subtle level, personal level in terms of a sensory experience, and then the calmness you are supposed to maintain with other people, they both have to be done with a proper discipline. That kind of a person is such a very praiseworthy, but other people like that kind of person. Say, for instance, someone is trying to badmouth about somebody else with you, picking up the phone and bad-mouthing about someone to you. And then you are someone who is not picking up everything as it is from that person, because you are always trying to think that this may be correct, this may be incorrect. I don't have to accept everything what this person is saying. Maybe this is a pure character assassination. Right? Then the person who is the victim of this bad-mouthing gets to know one day you were bad-mouthed by somebody, but you did not accept. How much will they value you? You are such a very wise person. You are so patient not to believe in those unnecessary perceptions, sanya, from somebody. So that kind of person is highly, highly valued. Right? Very good kalyana mentors. Okay? They are not giving any space for the gossipers. They are not giving any space for the idle chatters. They are not giving any space for the bad mouthers. They are not giving any space for those, akusala people. So whenever you get to know that this person is as such, you have a huge respect for that person. That respect is coming from that person because he or she has a calm character. Because he is not going to quick to believe what other people say. This is one fraction. There are many other ways to see calmness. So trying to maintain your calmness personally and with the other activities with other people. Dhamma Jivino. Now, Jivino means life. It's called life. Dhamma Jivino. What is the Dhamma Jivino to you as a layperson? You are supposed to make your money in ethical ways. I think I reiterate this point. Money earned through ethical ways is always important, right? Otherwise, there will be a discussion about it that those people may have money, but those money may have been earned this way and that way, right? Anyways, Dhamma Jivino means living based on ethical ways. Appamattasa. We go back to our main topic, diligence. Diligence means, once again, you are preparing yourself not to delay in your spiritual practice. Right? That means you are going to practice a Noble Eightfold Path as much as you could. You are finding opportunities to practice the Noble Eightfold Path as much as you could. That is your practice. All right, this kind of a person earns lots of respect, lots of glory, lots of praise, and all the good things. All right. Any questions about the stanza before we go to this story? Pali words, anything? No. Is this Sanya Tassacha? Yes, there's a question already, and I will come to Melin. There's a question in the, I don't know, the chat or maybe for me. Is this Sanya Tassacha calmness similar to the Sanya? No. There are two things, two meanings. Sanya, Sanya, that is Sanya, but this one Sanyata. Sanya means being calm in our senses. That Sanya is a perception. That perception means mental notes, memories. Actually. They are two things. Yes, Melly, the question.
Yes, Bhante, can I ask, you mentioned that Vato and Mato means rich in kusala activity. What's the difference? Or how do you use Vato and Mato?
Okay.
Thank you.
Okay, Vato and Mato are not words. They are suffixes. In English, you can say prefixes and suffixes. So Vato, Mato cannot be used without another word before that word, suffix. Vato and Mato both mean rich or full of. Now I could say, let's say, there are many Pali words that you can use for this actually. When you say Vato, that means full of or maybe rich in. It can go for good and bad. Okay. Is that what you ask? It works with another word, another quality, good or bad quality. Vato, Mato.
Now, when do you use Vato? When do you use Mato?
There is no particular place. It can be used with any quality, good quality or bad quality. Now, say for instance, go back here. See. Now, here, Satimato. if you take another Pali word, I would say what are the other Pali words? Don't come to me offhand actually. There are many Pali words with certain qualities you can. So the idea is that whenever vato mato come to the end of the Pali word, you have to understand full of, rich in. That's the meaning. So it can come at different points. Otherwise, there is no particular different meaning between mato and vato. They both mean rich, or full of.
Okay, thank you, Bhante.
If I can remember anything, I will share with you during the time.
Okay, thanks.
Okay. Yes, Paul.
Thank you,
Bhante.
Oh.
Yes, Melinda, please. Yes, and then Paul.
Okay, then.
Bhante, can Bhante explain again the Dhamma Jivino?
Dhamma Jivino here refers to a layperson. Okay, that means someone who is making an ethical living. Ethical living. Now, ethical living, if you want clear explanations, Buddha says, what do you call, never cheat on other people, never try to insult other people and make money, right? Never use your profit margins to push other people to make the same profit margin. So it's all about making money in unethical ways, putting people in danger and then insulting people. Yeah, in today's world, I would say making money in unethical ways. Yeah, Dhammajeevi.
Okay, thank you so much.
Yes, Pauline, your question.
What is exactly the meaning of glory? As in, is it, are we going to be samsaric Buddhists, just, hoping for glory in our worldly life? Or, is there a higher meaning to the glory as in towards the path of Nibbana?
Yeah, very good question. Now, the main purpose, the higher purpose of Buddhist practice is to attain Nibbana. But in the Pattakamma Sutta, Buddha says that lay people have 4 wishes. The first wish is, may I earn money in ethical ways. Second wish is, may I have good reputation to myself and to my loved ones. Third is, may I live longer. Now, when you have money and good reputation, you want to live longer. And then lastly, may I be reborn in a better place. Lay people are supposed to have these visions. Okay. So, glory. Now here you see yasa, the Pali word yasa. We need yasa to be motivated in our Dhamma practice, but not to look for it as a craving. Now, when someone says about you that, okay, you are such a very good person, maybe somebody is saying to somebody else about you, you are such a good person, you are such a generous person, very kind person. And now you don't know what they are talking, but somehow you get to hear from somebody, this person said good about you. Then what is happening? Am I taking it as a point of craving? I am the most praiseworthy person. Or should I take it to advance my good practice? That's why these people are talking good things. So we are taking yasa or good reputation as a motivation to advance our Dhamma practice. But unfortunately, there are a lot of people who might take good reputation to misuse other people, or maybe to make more craving. Even you don't have to go for praise. Even you say, for instance, somebody is meditating, highly involved with the vihara. This itself can be a problem to his or her Dhamma practice. Why? He or she has taken it in a wrong way. See, I am doing more good karmas than everybody. So it is not the activity here. Praise is important for all of us, but we should not look for it. We just do our Dhamma practice. Praise will be complementary. Praise is complementary. If something is complementary, but if there are people who are simply practicing good things, simply become energetic, simply trying to practice mindfulness, simply practicing all these things just to get praise, that is going to be a problem. Okay? But whenever you are becoming a good person, you will be praised. That praise can be used for more Dhamma practice. So that is a good thing. The Buddha always recommends we need that praise because we need to be motivated, right? That motivation is very important for us. But let's say you are such a good person, you are with the wrong people, you are with the Papa Mitta, right? This can happen. Let's say there is someone who is doing all the good things, Uttanavato, Satimato, Suchikamassa, Nisammakarino, Sanyatasya Dhammayam. You have all the things, but nobody around you is appreciating you. Why is it? You are with the Papa Mittas probably. At that point, you should not be unhappy about it. At that point, you are supposed to create more Kalyana Mittas. Because when you are with Kalyana Mittas, when you are with people who are always appreciating you, you feel happy. Not to make it a craving, but to deepen your practice. So take it in a way to develop, maintain, sustain your Dhamma practice, not in a way to make it as a craving that you have to have it.
So, Bhante,
Yes,
can we like tie this in with the 8 winds, praise and blame, to take it in the same way with equanimity?
Can you repeat again, please?
Bhante, like, can we tie this in with the 8 winds, praise, blame, fame, ill fame, that kind of thing, yeah,
That is a further level of this understanding. Another higher level. They are called 8 unshaken things. Okay. Buddha said, praise is very important. Because of praise, in terms of my good practice, I can develop myself. But don't expect praise all the time. There are times I might not be praised enough by other people. At that point, I have to practice upekka. Because now as a layperson, it's very difficult for you to practice upekka in your lay life. Because you are with other people, right? They are not having the same understanding as much as you have. So we have to work with these people. Then the situation will be a little better, much better. So that is a higher level of this praise. Yes, initially we want the praise. Say for instance, when a baby is doing something good, what we are saying to the baby? Good job, good job. What will happen to the baby at that point? He is motivated. She is motivated. Every time we compliment everybody, they are getting motivated. Do they think that I am the best person at this point, going to shrug off? I don't think so. But there are people who might take it in a wrong way. It can happen. There are, whatever the good thing is happening in the world, there are a bunch of people who want to misuse it. That is a normal thing. Right? But we don't worry about it. Take praise as a good source of self-motivation for your Dhamma practice. Never crave for it. Be a good person, maintain it. When that particular if that good reputation is coming, use it as a motivation for your Dhamma practice. And but you have to always keep in mind in the loop, you have to keep that thinking that praise is not always happening. I might be blamed by other people. I might be criticized. It's okay. And at that point, I bring upekka to understand that particular scenario. But here, praise is valuable. At that point, upekka is what I'm going to practice. Okay, let's go to the story here. The story of the Pali stanza is Kumbha Goshaka. Goshaka, Kumbha. Okay, the story is that there was one family who had a lot of money. They say 40, probably 40 million kahapanas. The father, mother, at a certain point were thinking, now the city got a very bad disease. And they have different words to actually explain this sickness. They say, ahivataka, a snake disease. Nobody can save from this sickness. Even ants, from ants up until dogs, big animals, humans, all have to die. Only the person who is going to break the wall and go out of the wall, they say that person can save. I don't know the argument. Don't ask me the argument. It is said that if somebody can break the wall in that house, go out of the house, run away for a faraway place, can save oneself. So mother, father said, they had a son. Son, we are going to die. We cannot survive, but you should not die. So we have buried lots of money, 40 million carbons somewhere. Nobody knows. So you go away, run away. One day you come, you dig the stuff and then lead a very nice life. And with lots of pain, because he knows that mother, father is going to die, lots of suffering, lots of pain, he left the house. Mother, father passed away. After 12 years of time, he came back to this area. Now, this is under Magadha. Magadha means the state of Magadha called Bimbisara's territory. Bimbisara was ruling at that time. We know that King Bimbisara is such a very popular person. He was the first king that Buddha had encountered. So he came back after 12 years. So he went to see the place where the mother, father told him that they buried the treasures, 40 million treasures. He saw they are safe, they are untouched, but I am now in disguise. Nobody knows, nobody can recognize me. So I don't want to bury these, I don't want to take this thing out, because if I show people I have all this money, they will harass me. How come you, such a poor person, got this much money? So I want to do a very small job in the city. Then he went to certain areas. He got a job. The job is called Pabodana Chodana. I think that's a very interesting word. The job he got was Pabodana Chodana. Waking other people in the morning. Waking other people means waking the what you call workers in the morning. You have to wake up now. You have to get dressed. You have to clean. He got that position. So ever since he got that position, he's a very hardworking man, young man. Now, after 12 years of his mother, father passing away, he's starting this job. King Bimbisara is said to be someone who is very expert in acoustics. He can understand people based on their sound of their voice. It's very interesting, actually. Now, in Hinduism, there are a lot of books that are about the acoustics. That means those are kind of mythological things too. Say, if the dogs in a certain city, they all get together, keep barking, and go into the cemetery, that means the headman of the village is going to die. Because they were ancient beliefs. In the same way, don't think it's not a Buddhist idea, okay? It's a Hindu idea. I just tell you, it's kind of a science of understanding different people's sound. King Bimbisara is an expert. King Bimbisara, without seeing this young man, he said, this person is a well-rich man. Then other people ask, how do you see that? I just tell you, he's such a rich person. Then he sent royal forces to check. Dear Lord, he's a very normal person. He's a watchman. Maybe he's the one who is waking up people early in the morning. He's not that kind of rich person. And for the second day, third day, king heard his way of waking up. He said the same thing. Then one lady told the king, okay, I go with my daughter and I will try to find out the truth. And then what happened at the end was that with the support of the daughter and this lady, able to bring this person to the royal palace, and then king was able to understand that he is such a rich person. But just because he is rich, he did not declare that I'm a rich person. I have lots of money. I do a normal job. I don't have to be very proud about my money. Then the Buddha said, yes, this Kumbhaghosha, young man, is Uttanavatu, Satimatu, Suchikammas, Nisammakari, Sanyatasa, Dhammajivinu, Appama. That is why he was such a popular person, even doing a very normal job. Now, when we talk about this story, we also need to understand about King Bimbisara. It is said that King Bimbisara became the king at the age of 15, at a very small age. And then he was a king for 52 years. He was slightly younger than the Buddha. And what we know about King Bimbisara is that, this is interesting. King Bimbisara at that point was very happy. He gave his only daughter to this Kumbhaghosha. We never heard about the daughter to King Bimbisara. We only know Ajasatha, who killed him. But it is said that he had many wives, Kosala Devi, Kema, Padmavati, even Ambapali, and he had got a daughter. Her name is Chundi. It is said that he gave away this daughter. And you know what happened to King Bimbisara? King Bimbisara offered his first Buddhist temple, Veluvanarama. And then, very interestingly, after he offered the temple, and the same night, he saw naked people, couple of naked people, talking something, but he couldn't understand in a dream. So on the following day, he went to Veluvanarama, the temple that he offered to the Buddha. And then he explained to the Buddha that I saw a dream where there are people who are talking something, but I don't understand what they are talking. And then Buddha asked how they are dressed. No, they are naked people. Then the Buddha said, these people were your relatives in a past life, not in an immediate past life. They saw you were doing a good karma, but you did not transfer the good karma to them. Now they are coming after you. That means when you are giving good karmas, it is not the best way to give good karmas to the people you know already. Right? You might think my mother, father, grandmother, grandfather, but when you do it, you have to do it for every person who passed away in the name of you in the samsara. And then what happened? Then King Bimbisara asked, I can share all the good karmas. Then at that point, will they be able to relieve from that pain, suffering? The Buddha said, you need to offer some clothes because they are naked people. When you see a naked relative, you have to offer clothes, maybe some robes. At that point, they were able to relieve from that pain. He did not see them. And King Bimbisara was dethroned by his son, Ajasatha. Now, the mother of Ajasatha, Kosala Devi, she heard from the fortune tellers that you're going to have a son who is going to kill your husband. And she was trying to do an abortion. But then the King Bimbisara stopped that out of filial love. You don't have to do it. And then what happened after a certain point? Because Devadatta, monk Devadatta, instigated him, provoked him. Then he told him, I'm going to kill the Buddha, and becoming the Buddha, you're going to kill your father, you become the king. Right? A good plan. He didn't know that it's not a replacement what the Buddha did, right? What a Buddha can do. So then King Bimbisara was having a very bad time. Then Ajasatha wanted to kill him with different weapons. But because King Bimbisara was a Sotapanna, nobody can kill him with a weapon. Then he understood this, he learned this. Then he ordered that the better way to kill my father was to let him starve in a cell of the prison, and then without the food, he's going to die. Anyways, at a certain point, King Bimbisara passed away and then became a Yakka. Who he became? He became a yakka. His name was Jana Vasabha Yakka. In Bimbisara's next slide was Jana Vasabha Yakka. Now you might be worried about how come the Sotapanna can become a yakka, right? Who are the yakkas? Yakkas are devas. They are under the King Vesavana of the Chatu Maharaj. And there is a sutta in the Diga Nikaya, if you can go check, Janavasabha Sutta, where you see King Bimbisara after his death became the Janavasabha Yakka and came to see the Buddha, explaining. You can see the sutta, Janavasabha Sutta. Yeah, Diga Nikaya 18. You can see the whole story of what happened to Bimbisara. Jana Vasabha Sutta. Very interesting story. All right. So the story today is important because how to become a person with a lot of praise while not expecting the praise. Now this Kumbhagoshaka did not expect the praise. He wants to become a normal person, minimalist person. He could have shown his money in a way, but he didn't show. So the moral here, the big moral is that whenever you have a lot of things, don't want to show off and brag. That's the very simple idea. Even you talk about your own Dhamma practice. You have meditated, you are doing good things. As a Buddhist, we have to be very humble enough in our Dhamma practice. Not even our material things that you own, but also our Dhamma practice. So, if you think that you are not complimented by other people so far, always you hear all the negative things from other people, then try to look at these 7 aspects. What are they? Whether you are energetic person, whether you are mindful enough, whether you are pure in your actions, whether you consider other people's opinions when you decide something, whether you are calm enough in a subtle way and a gross way, whether you are making money in an ethical way, whether you are diligent. Then yaso means glory, good reputation. Abhivadit, this Pali word we have learned. Abhivadit. What does abhi mean? Abhi is a prefix. It's a prefix. Abhi means higher. Higher. Vadati means develop or grow. Develop higher and higher. It is not even a normal reputation. Your good reputation go higher and higher. And you are not going to crave for it, but you know it is my happiness. It can help me stay on to my practice. All right. Any questions about story and the whole lesson today? Yes, Indra. Yes, go ahead.
Thank you, Bhante. Bhante, you mentioned about the dream Bimbisara, King Bimbisara had. Is there a sutta explaining that event, or is it mentioned in somewhere in the commentary?
Which story about Bimbisara?
That Bimbisara is a dream.
Bimbisara is a
dream. You mentioned he had a dream with the naked people. He couldn't understand what they're talking.
Both in the text, the main Nikaya text, and the commentaries. Both.
Right. Okay.
Yeah. Especially Bimbisara's story is given out in the many suttas. Even his story after what happened to him was given in the Janavasabha Sutta. Yes.
Okay. I'll check that one. Thank you, Bhante. Thank you.
Yes. Okay.
Bhante, I just want to ask a practical questions. Since just now you mentioned the Sanyatasa is something to do with our senses.
Initially, initially, yes.
Yeah. So I mean, I want to ask in the context of lay person. So like for example, when come to food, so we are always, very like dislike or liking certain food very much. So in order to like how to say to like eliminate or try to reduce this kind of sensual pleasure. Yeah. So normally what I do is that when I come across certain food that I don't like, I mean for now, I would like take note, okay, that store, this type of food is not nice. But I won't make a fuss lah, but I will just take note. And then after that, I will never go to that store for that particular food. So is that the correct way or the appropriate way to practice?
Very interesting question. Likes and dislikes are necessary for us to live. We need the likes and we need the dislikes. Likes and dislikes should not be gone to the abhijja and vyapada. That's the Dhamma interpretation. Now say for instance, you have a like for a certain food. It's okay. That's what you like. But we have to check whether your like is going to become a craving at a certain. You mentioned about a restaurant, a place, and the food that they are providing. You have to check whether you have a craving for that. Because these food people, they are announcing that there are cravables inside their restaurant. And that's how they are marketing, right? Come here, we have cravables for you. Appease your craving. If you are not get stuck in that way, rather you think this is what I like. Maybe you have a health problem. Someone who has a lactose intolerant problem cannot drink milk. Then that person might say, I'm going to drink something else. So is it a problem? I think that's not craving. But let's say it's not about the food or drink. It's about whether your thoughts have developed to an extent about that food, to a craving. If your thoughts have not developed to a level of craving, then your likes and dislikes don't matter in terms of this issue. So you have your own discipline in that. But I think there are people who don't have discipline on what they are eating. So they are really taken away by their, the craving that is coming out because they have no discipline about it. That is the problem. And sensual pleasures, they are necessary for a layperson. There is no problem. But what if your sensual pleasure goes to a level where you are bringing craving to them? That is a problem. I'm talking from the layperson's perspective, and not for a monk. They have a different way to look at it. But now what has happened is that monk Buddhism has messed up with not messed up, gone into the layperson's one. Lay people think, we have to become like a monk. Then why are you a layperson? Become a monk and a nun. So layperson has to understand likes and dislikes are okay. But when it becomes a craving, it's a problem. I think I can show you a blog post I made some time ago, so you will understand that. That will show this very clearly. Okay, got it. This blog post is about the in this website, the intensification of the likes and dislikes. So I call it in this way. Okay, you are at the likes and dislikes. They are okay. They have no problem. But what if your like become a greed, your dislike become a dosa? That is not. And what if it goes to another further level? Your like becomes abhijja and your dislike become vyapada. You are in this kind of issue, right? So I call it as there is a safe level. You are going to enjoy your pleasures within the likes and dislike without creating lobha and dosa. That means other stages cover tanha, upadana, and all that. So for a layperson, there is no problem with that.
Thank you, Bhante.
Right, any other question about today? I think there are no questions. At that point, we are going to transfer the good karmas at this point. May all the good karmas we be making today be transferred to all the departed ones who passed away in the name of us in our life, in our samsaric life. May they be well and happy. May they attain supreme bliss of Nibbana. Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. Idam me nyati nang hotu sukita huntu nyatayo. Idam me nyati nang hotu sukita huntu nyatayo. Idam me nyati nang hotu sukita huntu nyatayo. May Deva Naga Mahipika also share these good karmas. May they be well and happy. May they protect and bless all of us for good health, quality of life, and prosperity, safety. May they also attain the supreme bliss of Nibbana. Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. Ettavatacha amihi sambadang punya sampadang sabbe deva anumodantu sabba sampatti siddhya. Ettavatacha amihi sambadang punya sampadang sabbe bhuta anumodantu sabba sampatti siddhya. Ettavatacha amihi sambadang punya sampadang sabbe sattva anumodantu sabba sampatti siddhya. Akasatha Chummatha Devanaga Mahitika Punyantam Anumoditva Chiran Rakhantu Sasana. Akasatha Chummatha Devanaga Mahitika Punyantam Anumoditva Chiran Rakhantu Desana. Akasatha Chummatha Devanaga Mahitika Punyantam Anumoditva Chirang Rakhantamang Paranti, Chirang Rakhantamang Sanati. At the same time, we are wishing a great aspiration. May we be able to be in the company of Kalyana Mitras till we attain Nibbana. Imina Punya Kammena Mami Bala Samagamu Satang Samagamu Hotu Yave Nibbana Patya. Finally, may all the good karmas we've been learning, we've been making today by learning all the components, qualities to become a person of good reputation, be supportive and helpful for all of us to attain the supreme bliss. Sadhu, sadhu. Abhivadana silis nichang vadha pachaino chattaro dhamma vadhati ayuvanu sukham balam ayuraroഗ്യ sampati sakka sampati me vacha ato nibbana sampati iminate samicchito. With that, our Vyasi class is over. Wishing you a good night and seeing you next Thursday at the same time. Have a good
Good night,
evening.
Bhante. Good
Thank
night.
you, Bhante. Good night, Bhante.
Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu.
everyone.
Good night, Bhante.
Thank you very much,
Thank
Bhante.
you,
Good night.
Bhante.
Good night, brothers.
Thank you, Bhante.
Thank you very much. Bye-bye.
Thank you, Bhante. Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. Good night. Take care.
Yes.